Hey, so all, welcome back. Today we will study the part 2 of embryology. Today we will study at what age do the following structures are formed. Okay, I will mention here age in days. Remember, they are in days: 2, 3, 4, 8, 14, and 16. At the second day, there will be the formation of embryo. After the third day, there will be the formation of morula. At the fourth day, there will be the formation of blastocyst. Eighth day, there will be the formation of bilaminar disc containing epiblast and hypoblast. And then there will be the formation of procaudal plate and primitive streak. And then there will be the formation of intra-embryonic mesoderm. Okay, so at 2, 4, you have to remember the day like 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 8, 14, and 16. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 8, 14, and 16. At the second day, there will be the formation of embryo. At the third day, there will be the formation of morula. On the fourth day, there will be the formation of blastocyst. On the eighth day, there is the formation of bilaminar disc that contains of epiblast and hypoblast. Okay. On the 14th day, there will be the formation of primitive streak and procaudal plate, and on the 16th day, there will be the formation of intraembryonic mesoderm. Okay. So the next most important are what are the structures that are derived from our endoderm pouches. I am showing here the diagram. This is a rough diagram. So you have to remember these are the cleft and these are the pouches. Okay. So what are the structures that are formed from the first pouch? You have to remember that it will be auditory tube. From the second arch we will get tonsils. From the third arch we will get inferior parathyroid along with thymus. From the fourth we will get superior parathyroid, and from the fifth it is the ultimobranchial body. What are the structures that we see from the endodermal pouches? First of all is the auditory tube, second is our tonsils, third is our inferior parathyroid along with thymus, fourth is our superior parathyroid, and fifth is the ultimobranchial body. Okay, while from the first cleft, endodermal cleft, we will get external auditory meatus, or it is also called as ear canal. Okay, don't confuse external auditory meatus with auditory tube. It is often confused. Okay, so from the pouches, from the first we get auditory tube, from the second we get tonsils, from the third we get thymus and inferior parathyroid, from the fourth we get superior parathyroid, and from the fifth we get ultimobranchial body. Okay, now this is one of the most important thing that all of you should remember. It can either be asked in long question or in either your viva, or it is asked in MCQ mostly. Okay, from the first arch, what are the skeletal structure that we get? It involves incus, malleus, sphenomandibular ligament, sphenomandibular ligament and anterior ligament of malleus. What are it? Incus, malleus, sphenomandibular ligament and anterior ligament of the malleus. First arch is derived, that is called Meckel's cartilage. Okay. So from the second arch, that is called as Ricketts cartilage. Ricketts cartilage. What are the things that are involved in skeleton parameters? It involves stapes. 2 air bones are here and 1 hair bone is here. What are the 2 air bones that are seen? Incus and malleus, and here only the stapes. Then we involve here the styloid process, the stylohyoid ligament, okay. Then we have small corona along with superior part of hyoid bone. First involves incus and malleus along with stylomandibular ligament and anterior ligament of malleus. In the second we have stapes, hyoid bone के 2 parts, superior part and the small corona, and then we involve the styloid process and the stylohyoid ligament. So from the third arch we get greater corona and inferior part of hyoid bone. From the fourth arch we get cricothyroid. Fifth arch is missing, so it is sixth arch. We get cartilages of larynx. Okay, so these are the skeleton parameters involved in the first, second, third, fourth and sixth. Fifth is missing. What are the first we will discuss again. First involves the 2 air bone, that is incus and malleus, and its ligament, that is anterior ligament of malleus, in the sphenomandibular ligament. And in the case of second arch we involve the 1 air bone, that is stapes, 2 part of the hyoid bone, that is the superior part and the small corona, and then we involve the stylohyoid ligament and the styloid process. In the third arch we involve the 2 part of hyoid bone, that is the inferior part and the greater corona of the hyoid bone. In the fourth arch we involve the cricothyroid, and the sixth arch we involve the cartilage or larynx muscle. Then we will study what are the nerves involved, okay, and what are the muscles. Nerves and muscles. In the first arch, basically it involves all the muscles of mastication, all muscles of mastication, and basically you have to remember from the anterior and the posterior belly of digastric. Here it involves anterior belly of digastric, while in the case of second arch there is posterior belly of digastric. And what are the nerve involved here? It is the 7th nerve, that is our facial nerve, okay. Then what is the nerve involved in the third arch? It is our 9th nerve, that is called the glossopharyngeal nerve. And in the case of 4th and 6th, there is the superior laryngeal branch of vagus. Superior laryngeal branch of vagus, okay. So these are the nerves and muscles. Basically you have to remember where In which arch? First or second is the anterior belly involved, or the posterior belly is involved in second and anterior belly is involved in the first arch. Then what is the arterial supply? Arterial supply. From the first arch we get maxillary artery. From the second arch we have the hyoid and the stapedial artery. From the third arch we have the internal carotid artery. Okay, these are the basic things that you have to remember. What are the basically they involve the three structures, that is the skeleton, nerves of the muscles, and the arterial blood supply. So this box that I have made you understand is very very important. Learn all of you by your heart. Okay, so we will discuss once again. Two air bones are here, one air bone is here. Okay, it involves in the second arch we have two parts of hyoid bone. Remember, they are the two S, superior and the small part of the hyoid bone, while in the third it is opposite of it. Okay, what are the nerves in the first? All muscles of mastication, while the anterior belly is involved in the first and posterior belly is involved in the second arch, and third arch is with the help of glossopharyngeal nerve, and fourth arch is with the help of superior laryngeal branches of vagus. Okay, so remember these things importantly. What are formed from the endodermal pouches? These are the derivative of endodermal pouches. This is also very important. From the first we get auditory tube, from the second we get tonsil, from the third we get thymus and the inferior parathyroid, from the fourth we get superior parathyroid, and the fifth is the ultimobrachial branch. Okay, and in the first thing that I have mentioned was what are the structures formed at different ages and days. You have to remember 2, 3, 4, 8, 14 and 16. First we get is the embryo. After the embryo we get a 16-cell stage that is called as morula. After the morula we have the blastocyst. After the blastocyst we have a bilaminar disc that consists of epiblast and hypoblast, and then we have the perimeter streak and the procaudal plate. At the last we have intraembryonic mesoderm. This will get more easy to you if you have watched my first video of embryology. If you remember that steps how they are formed, this you can remember very easily. Okay, so basically this was embryology part 2. Okay, so I hope I have made something easy for all of you. If you do like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Please guys, show your support. Just thank you for watching. We'll meet in next video.